Shoot. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I know it's been a while. Sorry for the delay, honey. I was on mute. But anyway, I had to come back for some Wendy tea. Y'all know I love my girl Wendy. We're still on the Save Wendy campaign, but honey, evidently Wendy is saving herself. So yesterday, Wendy was throwing help Wendy signs out the window, child. And some people had, called the police for her, right? So anyway, the police came, the fire department came, right? And so they broke Wendy out of the assisted living facility, right? So when they took her to the assisted living facility, when they took her to the hospital, they had Wendy take a cognitive exam, wanting to know, trying to figure out if she knew what was going on, if she knew what she was doing and everything, right? So anyway, they asked her 10 questions, and she passed those 10 questions with flying colors, right? Now, so we know for a while that Wendy had been doing phone interviews, but she wasn't allowed to leave the facility, without permission from her guardian, right? Which is, in my opinion, like that's not jail. She can leave when she want to leave. It's assisted living, but because they had said she had some kind of frontal lobe, situation, mimicking dementia. That's what they were saying. That's why she couldn't leave, without permission, right? Well, anyway, there has also been an investigation launched, two investigations actually launched into Wendy's situation. One by the New York City Police Department, and another by a what do you call it, Adult Protective Services Agency, right? So, child, like I said, Wendy was dropping these notes at the window yesterday. Somebody called the police. They came in and helped her, right? She's been in the window, doing phone interviews, and pleading with the public to please help her, right? And so anyway, fast forward to her guardian, this supposed guardian, Sabrina Marcy, right? So she did an interview not too long because Wendy has been doing, phone interviews, right? And so they asked her if why Wendy can't leave the building and all of this and all of that, and she cited that she can leave. I let her leave. I let her go to her son's graduation, and I let her go to her father's 94th birthday, right? But those are only a couple of incidences. When she wants to leave, she can't leave. She's effectively imprisoned in my opinion, right? So, um, also, child, the guardian is so mean. Wendy has twin cats, right? So they asked her about her cats, right? Now it says Williams' cats were bonded pairs. They were twins. They were two twin sibling cats, right? So Sabrina Marcy told Wendy that she can only keep one of them, right? So Wendy said she didn't want to split up the pair. She said what happened to them, and she told Wendy they was gone, right? And I was like, oh my God. Well, come to find out, they could have more than one cat in the facility. She could have had more than one cat. And for whatever reason, she wouldn't even let Wendy have her cats or whatever, right, y'all? So I think that was trying to drive Wendy crazy, right? So anyway, she passed the exam, the cognitive exam yesterday, which throws that diagnosis back into Sabrina Marcy's face, right? So these facts are going to be presented to the judge. We also know that her niece, her favorite niece, has been trying to help her. She's supposed to, via telephone on Friday on The View, Wendy's supposed to do an interview, right? So we got all this going on. Wendy is still at the hospital, right? And then now this Sabrina Marcy, is trying to talking about something she enjoys, helping people, with these cognitive issues and all of this and all that, the fiduciary issues, and she can't help whatever happened with public, the responses of the public, hinder her and all of this and all that, right? So she is under investigation, I believe, as well, for what is she, oh, and also Wendy has a adult protective services, worker, like I said earlier, working with her, and this woman is really on Wendy's side. So I am hoping that Wendy won't have to go back to that facility if she doesn't want to, including she doesn't want to, because she passed the cognitive exam, right, according to TMZ yesterday. And so hopefully this will help free Wendy, right? And so, as per the investigations, hopefully they will further get this guardian out of her life. Now, my thing is, has the guardian spent all of Wendy's money? Because it was says allegedly that her and some other people in the system have been doing this to people for a while. Now we know that she sold Wendy's condo. We don't know. I'm assuming her effects as well. You know, everything that she had in an apartment. We don't know if it's in storage. We don't know where Wendy's things are. Right. We don't know, if Wendy even has a car anymore. We don't know anything. We don't know if they spent all Wendy's money, but the courts are going to find that out, right? So she also asked, they also asked her, some other, oh, I read that one. Sorry. Also asked her some other questions, right? As if Wendy can speak cognitively and all of this and all of that. And she was like, yes, she can. She's a public speaker. But when I speak to her, and it's not scripted and it's not repetitive, do I see issues with her speech? And she said, yes, I do. She said, but the public is having conversations with her. The public is not having conversations with her the way I do, right? And so when she's speaking, like on the Breakfast Club, I mean, and she doesn't have a scripted speech when she's doing these phone interviews. That kind of flies in the face of what Sabrina Morrissey is saying about Wendy, right? So Wendy clearly knows what's going on. Wendy just wants to be free, child. Wendy is saving herself, child. She done broke out of the sister living home, child. She said, let me go. I'm ready to go home. Okay. I said, go, Wendy, do your thing, girl. So hopefully, like Britney Spears, Wendy will be freed from this guardianship. Child, even Britney Spears wasn't locked up. Child, they just locked up her bank accounts, but they didn't lock her up in a assisted living facility on the fifth floor. Where the people have dementia. And I'm wondering if allegedly they have been giving Wendy some type of medications to hamper, her ability, to think clearly, right? To mimic dementia. Because, anything is possible, but that's my theory in the whole thing, right? So, but clearly that medicine isn't going so far as to totally impair Wendy, right? So we're gonna have to see what Wendy says on the interview on Friday on The View. Hopefully she is not going to have to go back to that facility if she doesn't want to. That is not a prison. That is not jail. That is an assisted living facility, and Wendy has the right because she is a human being. She is a free woman. She is not a child. She should not have to go back to that facility if she doesn't want to. Okay, she's an adult. That is not jail. Do you see what I'm saying? And for the fact that the police had to come and rescue her child, it's like she done been kidnapped, right? It's like Wendy was saying, locked up. They won't let me out. But anyway, it ain't funny. But child, like, share, subscribe. Like I said, I know it's been a while, but I had to come tell y'all about this Wendy tea because I love me some Wendy Williams, right? So if anything else comes up, of course I'm going to report on it. Okay. But for right now, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. And I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Free Wendy, child. Bye bye. Peace.